What's going on YouTube? Ball5 here, bringing back the Explosion team just for a series of games here. This is going to be the first one, of course. So, you play the team in order of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's basically all you need to know. You play the team in order. It's a speed tie here. This nigga had the exact same plan as me. Get all of your spikes up and then explode, except he only wanted to get up his spikes. He didn't care about T-spikes. He might not have them. Who knows? Either way. We clearly had similar game plans. Lead with our spikes and explode. I go into Silvally next because I don't know if he's scarfed, but if he's not scarfed, I'm faster. But if he is scarfed, he'll switch, and if he's not, I'm faster. That's basically the plan there. I go into Claydol and play around this fair seed immaculately. I have to spin here. He refuses to go into Delmise despite the fact that I can spin his shit really easily. Like, he just refuses to send in his Delmise to block it, which is good for me because because that's what Claydol is supposed to do. Get up rocks, spin if I have to, and then explode for the most part. So that's where the explosion comes in. Thankfully, he doesn't want to get his rocks back up. So Hazard's controlled because I actually just Final Gambit and kill Pharisee. So yeah, Hazard's controlled pretty immaculately, if I do say so myself. Delmise is about to, he thinks he's about to spin, but I have Choice Band Crunch, so the Hazards are here to stay. He goes into Rotom, which is also going to die to Choice Band Crunch unless he's Colberberry, but he clearly isn't because he drops to Crunch just as quickly. So, next he goes into Diancie, but I'm locked into Crunch, so I'm going to switch out. I only have one switch, Basculin. I could switch into my Diancie, but that's usually what I send in last to try to sleep with Rock Polish. I guess it's for the aesthetic. It also learns Explosion, part of the aesthetic of the team. Maybe they think that's about to explode and they won't take it seriously. I get a Rock Polish sweep, who knows. Goes into Comfy. Crit with Draining Kiss most likely didn't matter. But, because Basculin doesn't have any bulk. Draining Kiss doesn't kill Silvally though, so, I'm just gonna be able to explode. I don't know if Protect Comfy is a thing, but if it is, it was actually probably not in my best interest to explode, because if he had Protect, if it was a thing, he could have clicked it right there and I would have looked stupid, but I think between Twinkle Tackle, Earth Power, Spadef drops, well, that actually doesn't even happen often. I think Diancie would have handled Comfy if he's not Calm Mind. He clearly isn't because he would have clicked. Nah, I don't know. Either way, let's get on to the next one. So this one isn't as interesting as the other because he has Palossand and Ferroseed Slowbro, which is like, where's the Spadef? Like, Ferroseed? What are you gonna do if you find a special fire type, nigga? Going to Slowbro? Like, if he's Vest Slowbro, I can see that, but he isn't. You can clearly tell by how it performs this battle. Hazards are here to stay, that one spike is here to stay, and when I get on my rocks to Claydol, that is also here to stay, because I played around the Golbat immaculately. So, yeah, like I said, he has Palossand, Slowbro, and Ferroseed on one team, which I think might be overloading it. I mean, between either two of those, I think you have a decent matchup versus most physical attackers anyway. The third one, I can't really see it. I think maybe that's just his style of team building. Who really knows? I would probably prefer a more specially defensive Pokemon if I were using the two together, but that's just me. Anyway, what the fuck are you gonna do if a Houndoom pops up? Rely on the Colberberry? You're still getting flinched by Dart? Nah, okay, but for real. Back to the battle. Clearly this is an unwinnable matchup because of those three Pokemon that I keep talking about. Aerodactyl doesn't make this difficult per se, but I'd rather it not be on the screen as well. So I'm just gonna Superpower. This is before I change Basculin to Splash Plate. All these matches happen before I change it to Splash Plate. And I don't know if I'll do a live with that team or maybe get some more replays with it with Splash Plate Basculin. But for now, it's Splash Plate. I actually get a defense drop with Crunch, which is fantastic. The closest thing he has to a resist to that is Ferroseed, so he should go that. He does. I think I Crunch again. Start damaging the Ferroseed, might as well, because like you said, can't kill it with anything else, so. Circle between Basculin and Silvally, try to get damage on it. It's not going to work because they're both Choice Band. If they weren't Choice Band, there'd be so much more freedom, like if Basculin was Splash Band. That's part of the reason. It doesn't really help that much, but it's nice to have. I forget that you can Protect after Protect fails, so that kind of fucks me over. I think I'd Final Gambit here, to be honest, because, nope, I Superpowered. Either way, I think I end up just sacking, no, I don't sack Basculin. But yeah, this one, like, this nigga's also locked, so if that's worth anything. I don't think I go right for I actually do go right for the Z. So at least he has 3 Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm just gonna go for Moonblast. He should kill me here. That would be the good play. Because, like, Basculin's obviously choice banned, so it can't lock itself into anything to beat those 3. But he opts to do this. He tries to preserve the 3. He doesn't try to preserve it because he switched into Aerodactyl and sacked it. But either way, he goes to Pharisee. There's really nothing I can do. It's just gonna be a 1-0 because I'm gonna do that, and then he Leech Seeds because he's a fucking hoe. And Showdown's weird and gives him the 13. I'm just gonna Final Gambit. He protects like a... I was gonna say like a hoe again, but it's true. He protects like a hoe here. Doesn't even matter though. Pretty good game though. If you win 1-0, you did your job. If it's a 1-0, whether you win or lose, you did your job. So I think that was played pretty well on my end because of it ended in a 1-0. You know, that's what you gotta do. You gotta end in a 1-0, and that's exactly what happened. On to the next one. You already know what the story is. Explode with 5 Pokemon and try to sweep with the 6th. So that's exactly what we're about to do. He has Taunt on his Aerodactyl. Probably should have seen that coming, as it's the only Pokemon on his team that can learn Stealth Rock. But the way he plays it is relatively poor, as time will tell. I actually probably could have exploded there, but I mean, this was an alright play. I think he should have taunted again instead of risking Stone Edge. Earthquake or Taunt would have been better plays than Stone Edge, but to each his own. I thought he was going to taunt again, which is why I was hesitant to get my rocks back up. But now that I spun, I think his priority is getting rocks back up instead of taunting me. So I got my rocks up there. Great, pretty decent play on my part. I accidentally click rocks again. Little misclick there. Claydol walls the Edgequake, not walls but resist the Edgequake combination. So yeah, I'm just going to keep spinning him to death. He's not killing me by spamming Stealth Rock. He realizes that and goes for Stone Edge, but I barely survive. Had I died, I would just gone into Accelgor, which is faster. I go into him on top and explodes, or he goes into him on top. I explode so he can't spin. I'm pretty sure the crit mattered, but either way, my hazards are here to stay. The Stealth Rock is here to stay. I go for Bug Buzz. I probably could have Final Gambited because it has a higher HP than everything, but he's gonna die to Life Orb anyway, so I think I played it pretty well. If he would have just straight died to Bug Buzz, I would have probably just Final Gambited whatever came in next. He goes into Clawitzer and reveals Scarf Clawitzer, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't kill me and dies to Explosion. So Clawitzer is out the picture. I go into Basculin, he goes into Vivillon. Basculin just wins at this point. Probably could have clicked Aqua Jet. Probably a bit of a safer play, but I could always switch out and switch back in if I need to. And Diancie's a rock type. He goes for Z Belly Drum. Probably not the best, in his best interest to set that up in a Basculin's face. But I'm gonna get the dub, so I don't care what he did. So that's going to be the 3rd game. On to the next one. So it's this nigga again. He's locked still. I'm on this side this time. And this is another loss, but it's kind of funny the way he goes about this one. I know he sub-roost Aerodactyl. Well, I know that now. One Gunk Shot breaks his sub, of course. And he's gonna be a bitch-ass nigga and try to sub until I miss. So I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna explode. Bitch-ass nigga. And I can't put the team in order because his team is weird as fuck. He goes in Apollo Sand here. I think I Final Gambit, like, okay. So, probably in my best interest to not click that move. But, I mean, I get the Energy Ball Spit F drop. He goes for Shadow Ball. Nice and not amazing play. I go for Final Gambit on the Golbat. Doesn't do a lot because I'm not at full, but pretty decent play on my part if I do say so myself. I don't know what I Earthquaked here for. I think I predicted the switch because that would have been a much better play than staying into Roost. But I guess to each his own, right? He goes for Protect because he's a hoe. But it works out for him because I explode. Either way, I go into Silvally. Like I said, this matchup isn't really doable. I think I crunch here like a good play though. I actually Parting Shot like a better play. So at least I got Basculin in, am I right? And this is why it's funny, because he tries so hard. Like he's up 6-2 and he tries so hard for the 6-0. Like there's preserving the 6-0, and then there's just try-harding for it. He tries so hard to make this an ass clap. He tries so hard to make this a 6-0. Like, it's desperate. He's so desperate for that ass clap. Like, he wants this to be a 6-0 so bad. You can tell because he didn't sack Palo Sand. He just wants a 6-0 here. He's greedy for the ass clap. Like, so what? You beat this team. But he misses Crunch, so it doesn't miss Crunch. He misses Leech Seed. He wants the ass clap so bad. You already know he's protecting here. He wanted the 6-0 so bad. And it's like, oh, he's gonna win 5-0 or 4-0, right? It doesn't matter. Look at the advantage he has. He should, in theory, Alright, so he gives up the 6-0, but he looks like he's going for the 5-0 based on this series of plays. Goes into Aerodactyl, goes for Toxic, so yeah, he is sub-roost. I go for Rock Polish, so I can outspeed his Aerodactyl and his Golbat. He goes for Power Gem, so now it's not even a 5-0 anymore, it's a 4-0, just a standard game. You joking? He tries so hard for that ass clap. He goes into Ferroseed. I don't think I was phased, I think I just Moon Blasted. The bitch-ass Ferroseed doesn't live, so I'm good. Look at that, now it's a 3-0, nigga. You tried so hard for the 6-0. He's still trying to make this a 6-0. Or a 3-0, rather. But he's still playing as if he's trying to make it a 6-0. It's like League, and you want to preserve as many mons as possible. That's what he's trying. And he's failing. Now it's a 2-0. Like, nigga, what? He tried so hard for the ass clap and didn't even get it. This guy should be ashamed of himself. Like, yeah, he's gonna get the dub, he's gonna get the points, but I still made it a 1-0, which means I played the team correctly. He tried so hard for the ass clap, though. It was hilarious, though. Like, I was kind of laughing at his plays, because you guys can tell how hard he tried for the 6-0. It's not that deep, man. It's not that deep. Alright, locked niggas aside, let's just get on with this one. This man has a Komala, which probably survives at least one explosion. Actually, I don't think it survives any explosion. He goes hard Vanillux, which is why I should make my Garbodor weak armor, because I would outrun Vanillux if someone U-turns into it like that. And because Vanillux is such a huge threat, I'm just gonna Explosion and kill it, rather than get more spikes up. If I had weak armor, I probably could have gotten another spike and then exploded. Goes into Komala. He thinks he's about to spin these hazards out of here, get them out. But nope. My spikes are now here to stay. Miss me with that bullshit. And I'm gonna go into Claydol. Vanillux is dead to spikes. He goes into Sceptile, Leaf Storm. I have the Sat. I think I just explode just so that, because Sceptile's also a threat. Just don't want to get in the way of the Diancie sweep that's about to be imminent. Or the clean, if you want to call it a clean rather than a sweep. I wouldn't blame you. He sacks his Vanillux here. I think I just go for Iron Head because Explosion doesn't make sense when he has a Pokemon that he can easily sack. I think I could go Basculin here and just get bodied by CC, because Basculin has no bulk. And he is Flame Orb, so he is Guts Hariyama, of course. I think I just explode here. He goes into Incineroar and that just dies. Would have been cool for Diancie to set up on it though. I guess he predicted Iron Head or Crunch, because those are my other two attacks. I go into Diancie now. Last Pokemon, of course. Whimsicott ain't really fucking with me. He goes for Leech Seed, so I'm thinking, oh no, he's the prankster set, but Leech Seed Encore is ass. You have one or the other, most likely, if you're that type of set. He does have Stone Spore, though, so full para. I don't know why. Because there's like the Sub-Seed set, which is like, yeah, that set's alright, but I think with Utility Whimsicott, you want Stone Spore, and like some Encore Defog, U-Turn, Moonblast, Giga Drain, moves like that. You know what I'm saying? Hariyama doesn't kill me with Bullet Punch. Probably in his best interest to close combat. I think that actually does more than Bullet Punch. But a win's a win. I'll take it. We take those. On to the next one. Klinklang, if it sets up, it sweeps. If you lead Klinklang versus this team and you think you got like an ass clap because you swept with it, you're a hoe. But that's exactly what this guy looks like he's about to try to do. Because he leads with Klinklang, and guess what? He shit gears immediately. I think I said shit gear. That was intentional. Yeah, I just explode because that's all I can really do. I go into Silvally. I can't put the team in order because Klinklang's a bitch. He goes for Gigavolt Havoc, which doesn't kill Silvally. Thank the Lord, because that explosion will kill. So 2 explosions it takes to kill. What's the thing called? He misses Sleep Powder. Klinklang, that's what it's called. So I'm just gonna Rocks and explode with Claydol, so I've already gotten all my explosions off. Now for my final Gambit mons, I go into Accelgor. Final Gambit here. No, I actually Bug Buzz because Final Gambit's not that good of a play when I can kill it with Bug Buzz. I Final Gambit on the Golbat here because my hazards are here to stay. They are not leaving the battlefield anymore unless he's Defog Comfy, which is kind of ass if you have Golbat as a teammate. So, right on drops the Waterfall. Unless you're like Taunt Roost Golbat. I don't think Taunt Roost always runs Defog. It might be like Taunt Toxic or Taunt Roost, something along the lines. Who really knows? I'm gonna kill Comfy with Waterfall after not dying to the Giga Drain, and now all I have to do is beat Medicham with Diancie. I know Moonblast should be more than enough, but just for the style points, I go for Twinkle Tackle, you know, why not? Just knock him back really quick. The animation is pretty clean. I haven't actually seen the animation in-game, because I don't have, between Sun Moon and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I don't think I have any fairy types in either of those games, so I can't really see the animation there. Actually, that's a lot because I have a Magearna, but still. let's just get on to the next one. I'm wasting my time. On to the next one. I think I played this guy multiple times during the recording. Not the recording, the battling portion. Getting battles for what I didn't even know would be a video until I realized, hey, why don't we just save these replays? And I battled this guy multiple times. Decidueye has a threat. Cryogonal, he has a bunch of threats, especially because Cryogonal. It outspeeds all of the explosions and Basculin, but it doesn't outspeed Accelgor. So I had to be at higher HP than it outspeeds everything except Accelgor, which makes Final Gambit Explosion versus it hard, especially because he keeps Dragon Tailing me into like fucking stop that shit. Are you fucking for real, dude? I don't know what he iron-headed for. I guess he predicted Diancie, but clearly that didn't happen. I go into Claydol. He goes for the spin block. I think Rocks was a better play here, but go figure. I go into Silvally. I could go into Accelgor here, but guess what? He kept switching it in. Crunch or Spirit Shackle, nice and shit play. Probably not that bad of a play now that I think about it, because it doesn't tell you what Silvally I have until I send it in. I know for a fact he's Scarf Passimian, so I just sack Accelgor here. He goes for close combat. Which means I can't go into Claydol and spin now, because that's what the play enables me to do. I also could Earthquake on the Cryogonal that's about to come in, but since Cryogonal was a nice and shit play, I didn't do that. He goes for a Rapid Spin. I explode. Just, if he's gonna get the hazards, I might as well just kill him too. Fuck Cryogonal, dude. I'm gonna explode, so Hazard's controlled because Druddigon's out the picture. He still has a Accelgor, but I think it's gonna be more offensive based on his team. I would imagine it'd be a little more offensive based on his team and the fact he didn't lead with it. Passimian goes for knockoff and knocks off my CB. I don't think that matters because it's a waterfall, plus I don't even go for Jet. I don't even risk that shit. It's not a risk, but I didn't even go for it. I go for Jet on Accelgor. He misses Focus Blast. And just by the fact he uses Focus Blast, he's clear. I don't think it's clear, but I would imagine he's Specs because he went for Focus Blast. Energy Ball probably would have been a better play, but he might not have had that just based on the fact he clearly didn't go for it. So on to the next one, I guess. These are just highlights, you know, my favorite replays from this team. I actually went a positive win-loss with this team in 31 games. I went 17 and 14. These are just some of my personal favorites from that. I thought I led Diancie, but he did, so that's cool. He goes hard Sigilif. I'm like, no, fuck Sigilif. I'm gonna explode. Actually, I get all by my spike. I get up a T-spike, and then I prioritize exploding, but I don't get to explode. I go into Claydol. I probably could have went to Accelgor or Silvally. He goes for Calm Mind. So I'm gonna get, I spin the hazards out, then instead of getting my rocks up, I say, fuck Sigilif, and explode. It doesn't die, but Accelgor's faster, so Sigilif is, crisis averted, no Sigilif sweep today. I don't know why he didn't try to spin block, but, I mean, it works. He's gonna try to spin with this, though, so Final Gambit, Blastoise is gone. My hazards are here to stay. It didn't kill him, but poisoned it, so beautifully played on my part. He goes into Decidueye. I'm just gonna crunch here, just no matter what he does. He goes into Tauros, which doesn't take it well. I imagine it wouldn't take it well. Now, it took it relatively well. Tauros isn't really known for its defense. I guess he predicted Diancie because he went for Ironhead, but this is an offensive set. I'm not switching it in. Thank the Lord I killed Tauros, because Tauros could have stopped Diancie from setting up. I'm locked in the crunch, so I have to switch out. I go into Basculin. He doesn't take the Moonblast at all. If he was offensive, I would have died to Moonblast 12 times out of 10. He goes into Incineroar, hard Incineroar on Basculin. I don't know if I agree with that play just yet. But his Figgy Bear is going to stop him from dying to poison, so switch out to get a second Intimidate poppin', but he didn't even do that. I think I just go hard Silvally. No, I don't go hard Silvally. Fuck Silvally. I probably could have went hard Silvally, so he couldn't. Never mind. I don't know why. But I lock into Ironhead to kill Diancie. I didn't even have to use my Diancie this game. It just Silvally, like the first game, I think. Or whatever game that was. Either way, good game to this man, and on to the next one.